Welcome everyone to the first episode of what I'm calling Nub's RPG Wednesday. As always, I am your host Victory Nub, and we're going to be taking a look at Final Fantasy VI. Now, this is, of course, in the United States, when it originally released, was known as Final Fantasy III. For whatever reason, Squaresoft back in the day didn't have faith in the American audience to understand that they weren't releasing every single game in the Final Fantasy series in the United States, so they renamed the game that was released on the Super Nintendo in the United States as Final Fantasy III. However, I have three different versions of Final Fantasy VI. I have the original Super Nintendo release of the game. I have the version that was released on the PlayStation 1 on the disc. However, of the three games that we are looking at, or that we could look at, we are going to be looking at my Game Boy Advance version of Final Fantasy VI. Now, why are we looking at that version versus the original Super Nintendo version or the PlayStation version or even the Pixel Remaster version that you can get on modern consoles today? The reason for that is kind of simple. Number one, it does have a better translation than the Super Nintendo version of the game. They actually went through and redid almost all of the lines of text in the game to more closely match the original Japanese text in the Super Famicom version of the game. In addition to that, they actually cleaned up and brightened the graphics in pretty much every part of the game. There's a little bit more detail in some of the animations. Some of the battleground backgrounds are a little more detailed and a little more vivid. And also they added a couple of new dungeons to the Game Boy Advance version of this game. There were two bonus dungeons that you could play through during the game, and they do have a couple of unique espers, which are the magic teaching creatures that you can pick up in the game from Magicite shards, basically, as well as new ultimate weapons that all of the characters can get. Now, will we get every single one of the new espers and new ultimate weapons during our playthrough of the game? Maybe, maybe not. It's hard to say because I believe some of them, the only way you can get them is to actually acquire them in the Coliseum. And the way the Coliseum worked is you would bet an item, and if you won, you would get whatever you were trying to earn, but you would lose what you were betting in the process. So it would be like if you had one particular ultimate weapon and you wagered that in a fight to get another ultimate weapon, well, you'd get the one that you were trying to win, but you would lose the other one in the process. Why did they do it that way? I don't know, because if you lost the fight, you lost the item you were wagering and you didn't get anything to show for it. So that always felt kind of cheap, but there are ultimate weapons in the game. They do have some incredibly powerful stats and unique effects depending on which character you're getting them for, but we'll do the best we can to pick up what we can in the game without having to do a ton of extensive wagering in the Coliseum. Now, there is some notable negatives to playing the Game Boy Advance version. Number one, the audio quality is not on par with the Super Nintendo release of the game. Many people do cite it as noticeably worse. There is a little bit of audio hiss in the background I noticed while I was queuing it up to play it today, as well as some translation, or not translation, but some censorship things that they did different in this version of the game, because the Japanese gaming industry decided to create their version of the ESRB, or the ratings board that the United States has, right around the time that this game was being developed and released. So they did change at least one cutscene in the game that we would normally have seen that involves one of the characters, Celeste, being imprisoned in a jail somewhere. And in the original release of the game, the guards are visibly assaulting her. And in this re-release, they removed that and just had the guards kind of verbally berating her. In addition, there was a scene that may not have actually been released in the United States, even on the Super Nintendo version of the game, where the bad guy, the main bad guy, Kefka, is putting the slave crown that they use to control the ostensible main character of the game, Terra. And in the process of putting the crown on her, she starts using dialogue that makes the entire event sound a little bit rapey. and they decided to just remove that altogether from the game. Again, I'm not 100% certain that that text ever appeared in any version that came out in the United States, but they made sure that it would not appear in any version going forward from the time that the Japanese ratings board was implemented and they started censoring stuff. The only other thing that was censored, and this may not have made it to the United States either, was there were some sprites in the game that were a little bit more nude. And I think in the PlayStation 1 version, they may have not been censored at all. But in this one, they received a new, updated version of the censorship that may be a little bit less conservative. I'm not 100% on that, but those were the main differences. Why look at this version versus the others? I do think the pluses or positives outweigh the negatives. Again, the color palette for the Game Boy Advance version of the game is a little bit brighter, which I think will work very well for our extended look at it. Now, how is the playthrough going to work in this series or this particular run of the game? We're probably not going to see absolutely everything. What I do plan to do is, if there is an important event or a long story sequence that we would want to watch just for the context, we will see it. If there are extended sequences where I need to do some grinding to gain experience or to level up characters' magic abilities, we may not see that. I may just cut it out. But we're going to do as much as we can to see the full game as possible. Now, other RPGs that we look at in the future for this particular series on the channel may not see all of a game. It may just be a couple of episodes, get the overall timbre of the experience, and then just say, this is enough of a look, and then render a verdict on it, kind of like we would normally do with either Rental Regrets or Nub's Collection, the Prime series. I don't think we'll go that deep into it. We'll probably just kind of do more like a final thoughts type style of rating on these games. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I've rambled on long enough. The length of these episodes is probably going to vary depending on how much I am wandering around on the map trying to get from point to point, and how much of that time I cut out simply because it doesn't serve the narrative of the storyline or add any meaningful content to the playthrough. So anyway, let's get started. We've probably already seen the majority of what happens in the very beginning, but here we go. The ancient War of the Magi. When its flames at last receded, only the charred husk of a world remained. Even the power of magic was lost. In the 1,000 years that followed, iron, gunpowder, and steam engines took the place of magic, and life slowly returned to the barren land. Already, a lot of this is different from the original Super Nintendo release, text-wise. Yet there now stands one who would reawaken the magic of ages past and use its dread power as a means by which to conquer all the world. I'm pretty sure they're talking about Gestalt, but they might be talking about Kefka. Could anyone truly be foolish enough to repeat that mistake? I guess we'll find out. I do apologize if you hear some ice clinking around. Got to stay hydrated. There's going to be a lot of talking in this series. Wedge, there's the city. Hard to believe an esper has been found frozen there 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Probably just another wild goose chase. I don't know. They wouldn't have let us use her unless they were confident that the information was good. Yes, our witch. I hear she fried 50 of our Magitek armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kinda makes your skin crawl, don't it? Relax. With that thing on her head, she's a mindless puppet. The girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to.
approach from the east. Move out!
I think they might have been a little bit aggressive with those stomping sounds. And again, yeah, we're seeing some stuff that was playing while I was talking about the differences between the different versions, but this was a very cool intro when the game originally came out. Just this kind of slow march, and you're like, well, this isn't very cool, but then you see the background of Marsh or Narshe, whatever the translated name of it is, popping up in the background slowly as they get towards the city. Also very nice, and I don't remember if they had this in the original version or if they corrected it in future releases, but you actually get the names of all the people that worked on these games. There's quite a few of them that you'll see here that have remained with Square or worked with them for a very long time, especially Nobu Uematsu, who does a good chunk of the music for the Final Fantasy series. Not all of them. The more recent releases, I don't think he's done as much on. Yoshitaka Amano does some of the more stylized, animated or drawings that usually appear as like cover art for the video games. Not recognizing that particular name, but he might have been there forever. And they showed Tetsuya Nomura, who more famously was the director for Final Fantasy VII. And I think you saw Sakaguchi's name, Hironobu Sakaguchi. He was the original dev for the very first Final Fantasy and stuck with the company, I think, up until the release of this game. And then he might have broken away around this time or shortly thereafter to host or launch his own studio. Now, another difference to the game versus the Super Nintendo version is that some of the graphics are a little bit shifted, kind of like what they used to do with the old school 4:3 aspect ratio for television. If you were watching a movie that were released in theaters and they used to shift some elements around to make it all fit the screen. That did happen in this game a little bit because the GBA screen was a little bit smaller or had a different shape than your standard television presentation. Anyway, let me get back to the story here.
The girl takes point, and don't waste time on the riffraff. Remember what we're here for. Let's move!
So we do have a couple of scripted fights that are going to pop up here. Imperial Magitek armor. Not even Narshe is safe anymore, so it is Narshe in this version. Wow, the music's far more aggressive now. I'm hitting the... There's a turbo button I have set up on the controller here because I'm using my Super Nintendo controller to play this on my Retron 5, so I have a couple of buttons set up as fast or rapid button press. Ooh, kind of like it. I know people said they don't like this version of the soundtrack, but it's got a little bit more instrumental quality to it. Like there's a guitar sound for the fights. For Narshe! And then they let the dogs go. I don't know if there's a preferred weapon to use against the dogs here. Thankfully, the Magitek armor gives you the option, I believe, to heal, so you don't have to waste items early on getting through these fights. Yeah, see, there's healing force. Yeah, again, I think a lot of people have said they don't prefer the version of the soundtrack in this game. I mean, it sounds like I remember it. Maybe it's not perfect, but it's very close. We've got him trapped now. Just go ahead and use Fire Beam on all of them. There we go. I'm sure I don't have to explain this. Everyone's smart enough to figure it out on their own, but of course, Biggs and Wedge were named after the characters from Star Wars, Biggs Darklighter and Wedge Antilles, who were part of the Rebel Alliance. There is, in some other Squaresoft release games where they had to translate names, a character named after Admiral Piet. I don't know if you see him in this one. You might. Not 100% on that. Defend the mines! With our wolfmen. Or woolly mammoths, whatever. Let's do Bioblast, because I think it hits everyone, yeah. There you go. That was easy. Maybe I should just be doing that the entire time.
According to the source, they unearthed the frozen esper in a new mine shaft they were digging. This must be it.
Okay. Not sure I needed to break up for that. So there's a save point right here. We'll go ahead and do a quick save. A strange light fills the air. Do you want to learn about save points? No, I'm pretty familiar with that. As soon as I figure out how to do so. All right. Save. We will save over 3. Okay. Oh, no. Back up. There we go. I don't think I have any tents, but we'll just do the healing in fight. I think there's a way to run in this as well, but I can't do it while I'm in the Magitek suits.
I'll handle this. Stand back.
Let's see. It's not the shoulder buttons, and it wasn't any of the face buttons. Let's see if it's a config option. Battle speed. Auto dash. Here we go. Walks faster in towns and dungeons without holding the B button. So you have the option to do it. We'll leave it as is for now. But obviously, it's not working in the Magitek suits. We're not handing over the Esper. Emir, get them! Boss fight. It used to be called Welk, I thought.
Hold it! This thing's a... I must have trained it to guard the mines. What are you talking about? You know what that is?
This is? Whatever.
Ever heard of a lightning whelk? It's a monster that absorbs lightning. And stores the energy in its shell. Right. So whatever you do, don't attack the shell. Got it.
Let's take a quick heal for everyone. Just to refresh. Probably could have done this while he was inside the shell as well, but we'll just heal up now. Alright, well, they said don't hit the shell with lightning. They didn't say anything about hitting him. Crack! Ah, crap. Now we're all about to be hit by lightning. Or not. I'm gonna heal. Let's go ahead and take the opportunity to recover any last bit of health we need. Grok! I don't think snails make a grok sound, but whatever. Alright, we'll try again. Hit. Don't you dare hide, jerk. Alright, so normal lightning on him works just fine. Don't know if it's any better or worse than any other attack. Oh. Oh, I guess I could use Magitek missile as well. Well, oops. Does this do anything? Oh, it does hurt him. Okay, but then he attacks. Whew. That hit hard. And heal everyone else. And let's do Magitek missile. Ooh, big hit. I think she's got to do that on her next one. Oh, all right. Get ready to heal because someone's about to get hit. Oh, never mind. Unfortunately, we don't have any items to cure what is affecting Wedge, which is slow. Hit him there. Hit him with that. There we go. Fight over. It's early. There's not going to be a ton of difficulty in doing any of these fights. And I have no idea if she has any magic worth using. She's got fire, I guess. That would have helped. But we didn't need to do it. Got a high potion for my effort. Alright, moving on. Oh. I always thought they were wearing, like, big turbans, because those ears kind of looked like hats. Hooray! The two guys who aren't going to be around after the end of this sequence got levels. Yay! There's the esper.
So, this is the frozen esper?
Wah 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 wah.
This thing's giving me the creeps. Something's not right.
Girl, ... The frozen creature begins emitting an eerie light. Emanating? Whatever. Same thing.
Where's that light coming from? Ah! What was that? Wedge? Wedge, where are you? Hey! What's going on?
And they're gone for the rest of the game. ... Zip zap. Bang, 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 bang. Huh? I always thought the animation of that dude is like he's got a pencil tucked behind his ear. Like the little cut on the side of his scalp there. Where am I? My! And I just removed the crown. My head hurts. Here, let's put this back on. Well, easy there. This is a slave crown. The others were using it to control you. It was robbing you of your thoughts, making it so you do whatever they told you. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry. It'll all come back to you. In time, that is. ... A mysterious young woman, born with the gift of magic, and enslaved by the Gestalian Empire. Terra. Now, in the original version of the game, her name was, in fact, Tina. I don't know why they changed it. Probably because most of the characters in Final Fantasy have had names that have had to do with some type of elemental property. So, for example, in this game, her name is Terra, which is like Earth. In Final Fantasy VII, the main character's name is Cloud. In 8, it's Squall, or like a windstorm, basically. Lightning, obviously, from Final Fantasy 13. So quite often they use names that have some kind of elemental property to them. I'm sure there's others that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head that maybe have to be translated from another language in order to make sense, but we'll leave all the characters with their default names. I'm not going to get any cute or creative names with any of these. My name is Terra. Impressive. I've never heard of anyone recovering so fast. You must be made of tougher stuff than most.
Open up! We're here for the Magitek armor pilot. Open this door right now and hand it over that girl. She's an agent of the Empire.
Empire? Magitek armor? There's no time to explain. You need to get out of here. These fools aren't going to listen to reason. They are going to listen to reason. This way, quickly. And then I walk the other way. Gotta check. Clocks and armor have items. See? Always check. I don't think fires ever do, but you never know. Make your way out of town through the mines. I'll try to buy you some time. See you. Just drops a Lloyd Christmas on him. Well, see you later.
Up there!
Okay. Can't go anywhere that way. I don't know if there's any secret rooms yet, but we'll look around. It's been a very long time since I played this, probably a good 10, 15 years. And we'll go ahead and take a chance to save. Yes. Back up. Change her location in the party to the top, since she's no longer being escorted by people. So without the armor, she doesn't have the special attacks that did so much damage as they did before. She has to use her weapon and what little magic she does know at this point to defend herself, and it'll be a little bit slower time getting through enemies now because they might take more than one hit to kill. Oh, let's see if I can run. There we go. Now, if I'm not mistaken, running in this game does slightly increase your chance of getting into a fight, so even though it does make things move a little bit faster, it may not necessarily make the random encounters lower in quantity than if you were just walking. Phoenix Down. That is another translation change from the original where they spelled it Phoenix. Now it's actually spelled like it's supposed to be from the Greek mythological character that represented death and rebirth. What the heck? He hit himself? That made no sense. Among the many changes that they did make to this game, one of the ones that they had to make because it was actually a glitch is there was a particular type of combo attack that you could do once you had certain spells to eliminate tougher enemies in a single hit. The one I'm talking about in particular is the Vanish Doom or Vanish X Zone trick, where basically what you could do was you could cast Vanish on an enemy, and because Vanish increases your susceptibility for certain spells to hit, or most spells, the way that it worked in, I think I do it with abilities? Yeah, magic. Here we go. Cure. Perfect. Because it increased your susceptibility to spells, there was a glitch in the original release where if you cast Vanish on anyone, including enemies that could not be killed with Doom or X Zone, it would work. And there were some enemies, in particular bosses, that it would work on that it should never have worked on. They actually corrected that in this version of the game. It no longer works. Might turn up the battle speed a little bit here. Let's see. Config. Battle speed. We'll make it 4 and see if that's alright. I'll leave battle messages the same speed. And I don't like active time battle. I prefer wait. That way if I'm going through my magic spells, and what it does is when you're going through menus during a fight, if you have it set to active, enemies can still take actions while you're looking through the menu. So if you have a really long list of spells that you're trying to go through to find the right one, they can still get hits on you. If you set it to wait, as soon as you open a menu, item, magic, ability, they don't attack until you get out of that menu. So that is the preferred way to do it, is wait. Nothing. Nothing. There's a door here. But we have to go hit a switch to open it, I believe. Let's get moving.
There she is.
And pop. Ow, my ankles. And down she goes. This may have been the scene that they had to fix.
My sweet little magic user. With the slave crown, you'll be all mine.
And I don't believe I have any say in this. I think she does it all herself. Yeah, I'm not hitting anything. In fact, I'll take a quick drink here. Missed some dialogue there. No biggie. But I will read this part because this is kind of fun. This is the Emperor Gestalt. Soldiers of the Empire, we stand at the dawn of a new age. Do I have to advance it? Come on. There it goes. The lost power of magic has returned to us. We are the chosen ones. The time has come for us to claim our rightful dominion over the world. Now, important to note, and they didn't change this apparently for the GBA Advance, in future releases they had all characters raising both hands because the way they're raising one hand looks a little bit too Nazi salute-esque, and they made the choice to make it both hands. Nothing shall stand in our way! Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gishtal! And as with my usual recordings, I'm probably going to forget how I did some of these voiceovers, so forgive me if they're not consistent. Took you long enough. Busy with all the robbing and plundering, I presume? Hello! A treasure hunter and trail-worn traveler searching the world over for relics of the past. Lock. We'll leave that as is.
I prefer the term treasure hunting.
Ah, semantic nonsense.
There's a huge difference. Anyway, is there something you need me to do?
There is indeed. I met the girl.
Huh? You don't mean...
The city guard is pursuing her as we speak. This city has the strength to stand up to the Empire, but it won't use it. People are just too stubbornly independent to join an underground resistance group like the Returners. I tried to explain that to the Empire let's try that again. I tried to explain that the Empire was controlling the girl, but they wouldn't even listen.
All right. So you want me to get her out of Narshe?
That would be the idea. Make your way to Figaro for the time being. And here comes the first real-time strategy segment of the game. I believe you do it twice. Maybe 3 times. I'm not 100% on that.
Now we've got her.
Main key is you'll be given 4 different groups, including Locke in one of them, and a whole bunch of Moogles that will help out, and you have to basically just bar the enemy's path getting up to Terra while she's unconscious.
Wonderful. There's a whole bunch of them.
Kupo!
Moogles, are you saying you want to help?
Kupo! And here's the explanation of how it works. Use us to protect Terra from the guards. Would you like an explanation? Yeah, we'll go over it real quick. You'll fight using 3, it's 3, not 4. 3 different groups. Press select to switch between them. Defeat the leader of the guards before his men reach Terra or the battle's lost. Or you can just do what I do and I just post up in 3 different channels and keep them from getting any further. So, right here. And then we'll move the other one over here. And then move the third one over here. And it's that easy. And you just wait until they approach, and they'll start the fight as soon as one of their guys touches one of yours. No reason to move any further because they're not going to be able to get past you without a fight. Mogsy, Mogwin, Mugmug, and Cosmog are helping out here. And I think they all have different weapons, but I'm not 100% on that. So we'll find out in a second here. Oh, big hit. Alright, yeah, there's a boomerang. There's a sword. There's a spear, or pike, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if they have any items to heal with, so that could be a problem if we get hit by any more multi-character attacks. Moglin, Mogret, and Moggy. Oh, crap, we gotta get rid of that Mammoth Megalodoth as soon as possible, because he's the one doing the big hits. Locke has the unique ability to steal from enemies. I believe his evasive ability is a tiny bit higher than most characters as well, but I'm not 100% on that. The big winner when it comes to evasion ability in this game is actually Shadow. Oh, there's Mog. So he can learn when he goes to new environments how to do a dance based on the area that they're in. I think in the caves he learns how to do... I can't remember what it's called. But there is a unique one tied to cave environments. And you have to have him when you come back here for the second of the big real-time strategy fights, because I believe that's the only time that you can get the snow dance, whatever it's called. That's brutal. It's looking a lot like this is a tougher version of the original game, because these enemies are hitting much harder than they used to. So I think I can move them that far up, and it won't... Do I have any items? I have one potion. Oh, that's not good. I do have a sleeping bag, though, and I think that recovers health for everyone, but I guess we'll find out if I have to use it here. Alright, we gotta go after Megalodoth. We'll use the dance Twilight Requiem. Okay. Now, if it works, he'll be able to do his dance the attacks every single turn. If he fails, and that was a good kill, he'll fall on his face and the dance won't begin. Once he begins to dance every single turn, he does his attack automatically. Ah, God, every one of these had a Megalodoth in it. Gotta hit him. Shoot. Alright, I am not 100% certain on this, but I think there might be a save point somewhere where we can camp up and do a little bit of healing. So we'll find out when I move up a little. Get everyone up a little bit further, a little bit closer if we can. So I think it's over. Yeah, it is. That was the group of them. Now, is there a heal in here? Oh, come on. There we go. I'll have to read the environment there to see where he could pivot. Pivot! Pivot! Alright, now, do I have anything I can do to heal? I don't think so. Because he doesn't have any spells. And none of the Moogles do either. So of the three groups, I think the one that we would most reliably be able to use without losing all of the party members would be Mog. Have his group go in, because he can also do his dance. He has way more health than any of the others. Yeah, look at that. This is a tank group. We gotta use these guys. Even Malulu, who is the weak link there, is probably not gonna have any problem surviving. Alright, let's get to it. Boss fight. Now, yeah, for story purposes, maybe you should do it with Locke, but their groups aren't even rocked, so that's not a great idea. Alright, do that. I think he just stopped Mohan. Unfortunately, you don't control who Mog targets when he does his dance, but look at that. One hit. I threw a razor at him. Fight over. That easy, kids. I think they did that because after going through that kind of grind of killing enemies, they expect you to have very low health, and you can't buy any items yet.
Thanks, Moogles. We're in your debt.
Alright, take a quick drink here.
The switch oughta. Eh? You back with us now?
You saved me.
Save you thanks for the Moogles.
I can't remember a thing. It's like my mind's trapped in a fog.
You lost your memory?
A man said it would come back, eventually.
So, you've got amnesia. Don't worry, I won't leave your side until your memory returns. I'm not gonna give up and abandon someone just because they lost their memory. I'll keep you safe, I promise.
I don't get that pose. Was he threatening to hit her? 2D sprite animation has come a long way, but yeah, the sprite animation in this game, while they were pretty good, they still left something to be desired. So I should be able to go in here, but I'm not 100% on that. This is a school for the beginning adventurer. Despite all our recent advances in technology, the outside world remains full of monsters we know little about. Here we provide advice to travelers brave enough to face its many dangers. Pop. Now, why would we want to go in there when I'm pretty sure I know how to play the game already? I think there might be some items you can pick up. For example, that's healing. So now we got all our health and magic back. And there might be a chest or two we can pop. Yep, there we go.
Monster in a box!
And it's an easy fight because this is the first of such instances that you would encounter. They don't want to screw you over. But usually you get an item for killing whatever you find inside, and this time it doesn't look like that happened. Be careful, sometimes monsters lurk inside the treasure chests. Might be an item in here. Ether! I don't think there's anything in the bookcase. We'll leave that. There's a chest back here. Let's see what's inside. A sleeping bag. Very good. Might be an item in this as well. Nope. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. I think all of these people just teach you about battle stuff and different effects that can occur in the game. Let's see if there's anything in here. Another chest. A potion. Very good. And check the jar. Nothing. Alright, we should be good. Get out of the way, lady. Thank you. Turbo speed. So early on, if you want to do some grinding, you can go outside, fight enemies until you're running low on health, come right back in here and go to that school and get a free heal for everyone. We'll go ahead and save, and then we're going to begin our long trek across the map to Figaro. I might cut some of this out here just to speed things up for the last part of the fight, or the episode here. Alright, and we have arrived at Figaro Castle. Let's go ahead and step inside.
Halt! Oh, it's you. Proceed.
Let's go ahead and head straight up. I don't think we're forced to leave or engage in any inescapable dialogue yet. Well, we'll go down here real quick and see if there's anything. I don't think there's any items that we can find just yet. I think this is just the prison and the engine room. These good-for-nothing brigands have been locked up for thievery, and worse. You'd best keep at a safe distance. The Figaro Castle engine room is down those stairs. The engines are currently undergoing maintenance, so we can be ready to move at a moment's notice if the need arises. And he won't even let you go down there. Sorry, I can't let you go down there. It's too dangerous. Also, that's a dungeon later in the game, so there's probably already enemies coded in that area that would kick your butt if you went down there too early. Alright, let's go meet our third party member. Oh, not this guy. You wouldn't know by looking at it, but this castle is loaded with advanced technology. For example... Whoops! It's all top secret. I don't think there's anything in the armor sets, but we'll take a look. Nope. Nothing yet. And there are item shops and I think an armor shop on each of the sides here. Let's take a quick look. Hello. What's this? A gold needle. Ooh. All right, what do you got? You got potions, ethers, which are outrageously expensive. It's going to be the case the entire game. We might need some tents at some point. Let's see what's over on the other side real quick. More items. A yoink. A yoink. What you got? So very important. We may or may not be able to do this later, so I'm going to buy them now. We'll get the auto crossbow. We'll get the noise blaster. And we'll get the bio blaster. These are items that can be used by Edgar, who is the third-party member that we're going to get in a second here. I don't know if he starts with those. So we may have wasted some money that we didn't have to spend to give him the equipment, but we now have them, should we need to buy some in order to give him the weapons. But I have the money, so I might as well do it. Let's do some potions. We'll buy... I'll tell you what. We'll buy... 47. So we have an even 50 for those. That way I can heal up if I need to. And we will get... We have 4 sleeping bags. We'll get a tent. And hopefully we'll be able to earn some more cash in the coming areas. Alright, enough fooling around. Let's go find Edgar. You mean this young woman is... Who are you? Oh, my apologies. How rude of me to turn my back to a lady on her very first meeting. Is he flicking me off? The young king of Figaro Castle, imperial ally, and champion of the technological revolution. Edgar! I am Edgar, the king of Figaro.
Surprised that someone like me knows a king? Well, I'll catch you two later.
So you're an Imperial soldier, right? Don't worry, Figaro and the Empire are allies. Feel free to rest here for as long as you'd like. It's not in my blood to harm a lady. Why are you being so kind to me? Is it because of my abilities? I'll give you 3 reasons. First of all, your beauty has captivated me. Second, I'm dying to know if I'm your type. I guess your abilities would rank a distant third. Huh? What's the matter? When they just do a ... question mark, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do, so I'll just do like one of those anime style sounds. Guess my technique's getting a bit rusty. I suppose a normal girl would have felt something from those words. But not me. Okay. We're free again. Feel free to wander around the castle. Okay, yada yada yada. I don't think there's anything we could do here. Go upstairs. I think this has something we can do. It might just lead to Edgar. Oh. Hey, look at that. Free Phoenix down. Always good. So I do think we come up here at some point. We've already spent all the money that we could buy some items, so not a whole lot else we can do there. And then these just lead to the same side rooms we've already been in. I guess I hadn't been in here yet. That's all right. Scholars all over the world are studying magic, but you can only learn so much about something without seeing it. The ancients once wielded a force known as magic. Those who mastered the art were called Magi. Let's go downstairs. This just takes you out the door on the side. And yes, it does. So you can wander around the map a little bit outside of the castle, but if you step too far, bam, you're outside the map again. I won't let you go around the door, around the edge of the front here. Halt!
Oh, it's you. Proceed.
And we already did that. Let's go to the left side first. Edgar and Locke are somewhere around here. I just got to figure out where. I think it's here. I don't need to, but I'll rest. That's fine. I think this is how you advance the story, actually, is you have to rest. Our king showers his attention on women. Young, old, pretty, or plain, no one is safe. And in fact, that is another translation change that they made to the game. In the original Japanese text, he decides to flirt on the little kid realm. Because he has absolutely no shame. Not long ago, the king tried to hit on the high priestess. Oh, did she ever let him have it? I'm sure he's made a pass or two at you already, hasn't he? ... Oh, excuse me, I'm supposed to be doing the weird Japanese, like, anime style grunts or affectations or whatever it is. So just go, And nothing else here. I think there's one where you can hit, like, a switch on the wall like this, but obviously I didn't find it. So let's go back to the throne room. I think everything advanced now. Oh, maybe not. Oh, come on. Where do I gotta go? I want to say there was someone I was supposed to talk to in here that would advance it, but I don't know if I missed anyone. That would have been in here somewhere. Like one of his mentors, or... Oh, maybe that's what it is, right here. Here we go. The advanced weapons and other items we manufacture here are shipped to South Figaro. I'll try the other side and see if that does it. Can I get to the other side this way? The answer is... Oh... Yes, I can. Whew. There we go. I was forgetting this. You gotta check these areas. There she is. This is who you gotta talk to. Edgar has a twin brother, you know. He was such a nice boy, always thinking of his family. Youth. Edgar? What's wrong with Dad? Why is everyone talking about a successor? Are you blind? Haven't you seen how thin his face has become? What do you mean? Edgar. Are you crying? Edgar's twin brother, who traded the throne for his own freedom. Sabin, or Sabin? Never knew how you were supposed to say that. I'm gonna assume it's Sabin. Kind of like the coach. Ah, yes, Sabin. I'm sure he's a fine young man by now. He was just a boy when he left, even smaller than his brother. I often wonder where he is now and what he's doing. There we go. That's what I was missing. I know I'd find it eventually. Nothing there. Talk to the little kid, who's probably been hit on by the king. His Highness said he'd marry me when I got old enough. Yep, surprise. No shame. Alright, I don't think I have to talk to that guy. We did what we need to. Now we should be able to advance the story. Come on, get in there. We don't meet Sabin for a while. I think he is in the first... Where do we see him? There's a mountain we gotta go to at some point, and that's where we meet him. So it's a little ways away from here. I didn't need to do that. I don't know why I did it. It's alright, whatever. No. Go up, 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 down. Back to the castle. Hey, this guy's new. The king's brother was so disgusted by the succession that he fled the castle, never looking back. I've heard tell that the entire matter was settled by a flip of a coin. Well, how do you like my castle?
King Edgar, there's someone from the Empire here to see you, sire.
Kafka, no doubt. Ah, boy, here we go.
Phooey! Emperor just all stupid orders. Edgar, you pinhead! Why do you have to live out in the middle of a stinking desert? These recon jobs are the pits! Ahem! There's sand on my boots!
All gone, sir!
How pathetic!
Sir Kafka, what in the world brings you...
Out of my way!
Alright, I don't think we have the full party. It's just him. Yeah, that's fine. The machinist. Hello? Are you not gonna talk? You wouldn't be thinking of... Oh, sorry, I gotta do it in his voice. You wouldn't be thinking of invading my kingdom next, would you? We have an alliance.
An alliance with a miserable little sandpit? Don't make me laugh.
I hear you've been busy down south taking over a country or three. Just what is the Empire up to? Empire?
That's none of your concern.
What brings the Emperor... What? Yeah, I'm getting so tongue-tied at the end here. What brings Emperor Gestalt's own court mage, Kefka, to my humble castle?
A girl of no importance recently escaped from us. We heard she was found refuge here.
Has found refuge here? This wouldn't have to do with that witch everyone's been whispering about, would it?
Lies! She merely stole something of minor value. Is she here?
That's a tough one. There are more girls here than grains of sand in the desert. A man couldn't possibly keep track of them all.
Edgar! You know you only stand to lose by trying to hide her from us. Let's really hope nothing happens to your precious Figaro.
Blink, blink.
I didn't like the sound of that.
Where's Terra? Take her to her room. I'd love to stay and chat, but the Chancellor and I need to do some planning now. Being a king's not all tea and crumpets, if you'll excuse me.
Follow me.
Okay. And then he disappears. Oh, there he is. Get back here! And we're gonna leave. I didn't see where he went. Where'd you go? Up here? There he is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to drag you around like this without giving you a chance to rest.
Locke, right? Edgar told me about you. Is it true you're a thief?
I'm a treasure hunter. On the surface, Edgar pretends to support the Empire. Truth is, he's collaborating with an underground resistance group called the Returners. I serve as their go-between. The old man you met in Narshe is one of us too.
The Empire? But I'm an Imperial soldier.
Not anymore. They were using you, that's all. Things are different now.
It's just... I don't know what I should do. Whenever I try to think, it just makes my head hurt even worse.
All that matters is that you make your own decisions from now on. You don't have to think too hard right now. You'll know what you want to do when the time comes.
Aw, sad face. But how will I know which choice is right? Another flashback, I think. Oh? What in the... How would he not know that was happening? What's going on? It's the Empire! Kefka, he... What do you think you're doing? Oh, I can move. Yeah, I can tell the castle's on fire, guy. Come on. Try harder. Alright, here we go. This is gonna be tough on the throat again.
Bring me the girl! Now!
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, then enjoy the barbecue! Fire! Fire!
Okay. Get her ready.
Yes, sire. Had a change of heart?
Seems I have no choice. And see ya. Or perhaps I do.
Oh my, the brave and noble king abandons his people to save his own skin. How utterly delightful.
Jump! Whee! All right, sink her into the sand. Yahoo! Figaro dive mode, engage. Witness the glory of Figaro. And as it descends, they all start going, Figaro!
Go! Kill them!
Come and get it. All right, so we got a back attack here, which means we're in the back row. I'm gonna leave it as is. It probably would behoove me to move them up a little bit, but we won't bother this time. They killed him! Holy crap! Oh, it's already over.
What's the matter, Edgar? Oh, excuse me. What's the matter, Edgar? What made you jump like that all of a sudden?
Did you just see what I saw? You did, right? I don't know why he's doing it so high all of a sudden. Right?
Yeah, this kid's really something, huh?
Oh, because she just did magic for the first time. They didn't know she could do magic. Really? Something? That was magic. Magic! Magic? She used magic? Terra. Your name was Terra, right? What What exactly was that just now? I'm sorry, Why are we doing this right now? This shouldn't happen during this fight.
No, we should be apologizing. I didn't mean to make such a big deal out of it.
Nor did I, it just surprised me. I mean, I've never actually seen magic before. Where did you...
Huh? It doesn't matter, does it, Edgar? Terra can use magic and we can't. That's all there is to it. The fact is, her magic could really help us right now.
Yeah, maybe we should be doing that instead of talking right now in front of the two giant Magitek suits. Thank you, Locke. Thank you, Edgar. Wink! And they go back to their spots in the party, and... or is it over? I think it might end. No, there we go. He hadn't died yet. Boom. Alright, so... I might want to revive him, just in case the experience makes it worth it. Okay, let's do a Bioblast on him. And there we go. Good, he gets experience. Got a hide potion out of it. Bravo, Figaro. And then they ride by Kefka just to mock him.
Son of a sandworm! You'll pay for this! That was great.
Were those bad people? I'm scared. Terra, there's someone we'd like you to meet.
Like I told you before, we're members of the Returners.
Would you be willing to meet our leader? Magic is going to be the key to winning this war. Magic. That esper reacted to your magical powers. There's got to be a relationship. I don't know any more than you do. These powers just came naturally to me. But no human is born with the powers you have. Forgive me. What should I do? The Empire will be coming after us. They want your powers for their own. And if they get them, the world is done for. Terra, you want to understand your own powers, don't you? That I think you should meet with Bannon. He may be able to help you find out more about why you have them. Oh?
Please, Edgar's right.
There's a cave just south of here that leads us to South Figaro. Let's head in that direction. And there we go. So we can actually, I think, use this as a free chocobo all the way to where they're talking about. Which I think is... where are we? Oh boy. They may have brightened up the map, but they did not make it easier to see the mini-map in the corner. Oh, that was a choice. I think this is where I need to go, right here. Hop. See you, little buddy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and save here. And I think we're going to go ahead and call this first episode. That was a good long first episode there. Again, we'll probably cut out some of the random overworld fights that I had to do on the way to Figaro, and probably a little bit of the wandering around in the castle where I wasn't really doing anything productive. But other than that, pretty good progress in the first one. We got our first group of heroes that will probably be together for a good chunk of the first third of the game. I think the big split happens when they actually get the group of them to the returners, and then they have to escape by taking the raft down a river to escape whatever was happening. But these three will be together for quite a while right now. But anyway, that's going to do it for this first episode of our look at Final Fantasy VI. And again, we'll probably do as much of the game as possible, the whole thing, in this first part of the series for RPG Wednesdays. But yeah, we'll go ahead and call it there. That's going to do it for this first episode. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.